Hello, my fellow automation engineers, and welcome to the latest challenge on our BN channel. So there was a vote lately on our BN community tab, and the winning vote for the next challenge was the 1980s fleet car challenge. So I was looking online all this time about what are the popular cars in the 80s for this categories, the fleet car, challenge. And I mean, the first car that came up was the LTD 1980s Ford Crown Victoria. That car was very comfortable, very reliable, affordable, and very safe. And or I'm not really sure if it's very safe, but it's safe, and it was very amazing as a cop car, as a taxi car, and so on. So I thought to myself, I mean, those cars like the Crown Vic, the Impala, and all these cars were like big, heavy V8, like frame on chassis cars, basically American cars. And I thought to myself, what about the other side of the scale, which is the affordable area? Because those Crown Vics, yes, they were affordable, but making them, it's not that easy. I mean, they require a V8 up front, an automatic gearbox, a rear-wheel drive, a rear differential. All these things will add, especially in automation game, will add tons and tons of engineering time. And I thought to myself, why not make it a little bit, more spicy, more tasteful, or let's say more difficult this time, because the previous challenge was a bit easy. Lots of cars participated, which is really awesome. I love to see lots of cars, but all of them look the same, all of them has the same taste. But in this one, I want to make it a little bit, as I've mentioned, a little bit more spicy. So this is the affordable 1980s fleet car challenge, the other scale of the big land yacht American fleet cars. So my friends, let's assume a company that wants to buy a fleet of cars for their employees, for example, for their regular employees, not the managers, of course, the regular employees, the customer that wants to buy a big number of cars for on the cheap. They don't want to spend so much, but they want a car that is extremely reliable, is somehow comfortable. They don't care about sportiness whatsoever. They want to be efficient, somehow good looking. So my friend, the requirements from that company, because you are the engineer, and let's assume I'm the CEO and I'm presenting to you as an engineer this project, which is build me a fleet of cars for this company. So the requirements are the rules. So my friends, as you can see, there are two cars here. So those are the prizes for the winners of this challenge, the first place and the second place. As you can see, this car is called the 393. This version is called the 390 XE, and this one is called the 39E XEFI. That's the name of them. As you can see, both of them are looking very awesome, especially for 1980s specs. Both of them are really affordable, and the rules of this challenge are built on these cars. So don't worry, the rules are 100% real, and those cars, as you can see, are two examples of the rules. Both of them are different. They have different engines, different drive type, and different suspension, different everything, and both of them are meeting the rules correctly 100%. So my friends, the winners of this challenge, the winners of this challenge, the first place and the second place, will have to choose between the black version or the white version, the XE or the XEFI. So I'm not going to tell you the specs because that will be cheating. So I'm going to tell you the rules right now. So pay attention, get your pencils ready, and start writing the rules down. So my friends, the first rule of this challenge, which is of course the production year, which is 1980. Yes, my friend, the first rule is 1980. The second rule, which is the allowed body type, which is of course 4-door sedans only. That's also a very important rule. No pickups, no vans, no SUV, and none of that nonsense. Only 4-door sedans. So the third or fourth rule, no, I think third rule, which is the materials. The third rule, which is of course the materials, no limited production materials, like for example fiberglass, aluminium. All these things are will limit the production very hard. So no, none of that nonsense. And then the next rule, which is of course the engine. You can choose any engine you want. It's open, and in the engine area you can choose inline 3, inline 4, inline 5, V16, V8. It's up to you, my friend. whatever you want, turbocharged or naturally aspirated. It's up to you, my friend, again. But you have to remember that this engine that you will be making will run only on 91 octane fuel, only 91, because as I've mentioned before, the car needs to be extremely affordable, and the company that will buy this fleet of cars that you will be making, they want to run those cars on cheap regular fuel, no premium whatsoever. Let's see, also no performance or race intake manifold. Of course, this car is on the street. This is a street car, not a performance car at all. So yeah, standard only. Also the exhaust, my friend, your exhaust needs to have a catalytic converter and needs to have mufflers. Your exhaust, or the loudness of your engine needs to be 30 and below. Remember that, 30 and below, your exhaust loudness. The next bit, which is of course extremely important, the engine production unit. The engine production unit should be 30 max. That's it, 30 points max. And the engineering time should be 70 max. This is the engine only. All right, my friends. So the next bit, which is of course the gearbox. Yes, my friends. So the gearbox, you can choose any gearbox you want, manual, automatic. It's up to you. And the differential, open differential only. No manual lockers or automatic lockers. These are for off-road cars. Let's see, the tires next. You can choose hard, long life, or medium. No sport, no off-road, and no semi-slick tires. Now the next bit, which is of course the brakes. The brakes, my friend, you can choose any type of brakes you want. Discs, drums, single piston, dual piston, million piston. It's up to you, my friend. But make sure your brakes are extremely well balanced. Also, the brake fading. The maximum amount of brake fading, the maximum allowed of brake fading is 2% only. No more than 2%. More than 2%, the whole car will get disqualified, because the company that wants to buy those cars is demanding that the brakes will not fade ever on the road. So make sure your brakes are not fading, especially in BeamNG.drive, because sometimes automation game will say your brakes are perfect, no fading whatsoever. And when you go into BeamNG.drive, your brakes are rubbish and they are fading immediately. So yeah, test them, make sure your car is perfect. The next bit, which is of course aerodynamics, you can choose any aerodynamic option, semi-clad, fully clad, it's up to you. None, it's up to you, my friend. But make sure your engine cooling is 50 minimum. You don't want the car to overheat, especially with a fleet car. The car needs to be extremely reliable, so yeah, you don't want your car to overheat. So make sure your engine cooling is 50 at least. That's minimum, 50 point at least. Also the brake airflow, needs to be 30 at least, no less than 30. Remember that. Now the next bit is the interior. You can choose any interior option you want, but remember, 4 seats minimum. You can go 5, you can go 6, it's up to you, but remember, 4 seats minimum, no less than 4 seats. Right, now the next bit is the entertainment system. Well, my friend, the entertainment system, you can choose any option except none. The none option is not available. You need to have some sort of entertainment system. I don't care which one, any option you want, but you need to have one. Remember that, so your car won't get disqualified. Now the next bit is of course after the entertainment we have the power steering. The power steering is optional. Now the next bit is the safety equipment. Well, my friends, the safety, you can choose any option you want, but of course it's required. You can't run a car without seat belts. So yeah, you need to have any safety option you want. The next bit is the suspension. You can choose any springs you want, any dampers, any sway bars, and so on. You can choose any option you want, and make sure your suspension is perfectly tuned to suit the car. And let's see, the next bit is the price limit, because the company that will buy the fleet, they don't want to spend so much. So your car needs to cost at most or max, the maximum cost, the cost of selling the car on 0% margin is $8,000, no more than $8,000. Remember that, $8,000 max. Now let's see, the final bit, I think, which is the car production units. The whole car production units needs to be 70 points max. The whole car engineering time should be 65 max, no more than that. 1 point or half a point or even 0.1 point extra, the whole car will get disqualified. So 70 on the PU and 65 on the ET for the whole car. Now, those are all the rules, my friends. So get creative as always. You know the words, get creative. Don't rush your creation. Please don't rush your creations. I really hate when I see cars get submitted like after 5 minutes of releasing this video. I mean, why the rush? You have a full week, my friend. You have a full week. Wow, I forgot to check the calendar. So today is the 4th of March. So that gives you, so let's say 7 days, that give you to the 11th of March next week. So you have a full week, my friend. Today is Monday, I think. Yes, Monday 4th March. So you have up to the next Monday, 6 p.m. plus 3 GMT time. That's the deadline for submitting your car for this challenge. Now, my friends, as always, I will only pick the best on the top 20 cars. For example, if I have like 50 participants or more, I'm gonna pick the best on the top 20 only. If I have like, for example, 30 participants, I'm gonna pick only the top 15 cars. If I have like, for example, 20 participants, I'm gonna pick the top 10 cars, and so on. Let's see the final bit, which is of course the total category points, because this is an extremely important bit. I will be picking the top cars by using the total category point system. So how you can calculate that, if you are wondering? Well, it's easy. After you finish making your car and you are happy with your car and the final result and everything, you can calculate the total category points by adding together the 8 individual categories, which they are drivability, sport, comfort, prestige, safety, practicality, reliability, and eco. Those 8 categories, you can add them all together and you will get a number. This total number, will determine if your car is in the top list car or not for the final testing video for this challenge. So get creative, my friend. Don't break any rules. Please don't break any rules. I really hate to kick the cars out or disqualify cars. I would really love to drive your car. So make sure your car is as perfect as possible. Don't rush it. Plan it well. Test it. Drift it, crash it. It's up to you, my friend. You have a full week. Don't rush it. Take your time, and please pay extreme attention to the details. As you can see, let me stop the car for a moment. Look at that. This car has wipers, window washers. As you can see, those vents to allow the water that is sliding down the windshield to slip to go in them when it rains. We have side mirrors, door handles. As you can see, keyhole for the door, because this is 1980s. There's no key fob. You need to open the car, and this is also an affordable car, so you need to insert a key. So as you can see, lockable fuel filler cap. If you don't want to, you can use a regular fuel filling door. As you can see, indicators. Look at that badging back there. You need to name your car. Don't forget to name your car. Exhaust pipes. I'm not saying my car is 100% perfect and it's the most beautiful car. No, it's actually, it ticks all the boxes for an affordable and real car. As you can see, rear antenna, because this is 1980s. FM and AM was a popular thing back then. As you can see, I used those regular cheap wheels, that steel wheels with plastic wheel covers on them, because it's an affordable car. This thing won't get beautiful rims. It will get basic rims. So as you can see, everything is functional. As you can see, indicators, everything is working. Brake light, as you can see, I also used a third tail lights if you want to use that as well. So pay close attention to your car. Don't rush your creation. As you can see, I have fog lights, also license plates. All these things will make your car more realistic. And please don't forget any of those fixtures. They are extremely important, and I will disqualify any car with one of those missing fixtures, because your car needs to be realistic. This is not a fake car. You want to sell this car as a fleet, and the company that will buy this car will test drive it, and they will make sure everything is working. So if your car is not worth it, they will cancel the contract, and we will lose the contract. We will lose all that money on nothing. So yeah, make sure your car is perfect, my friend. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, get subscribed, share the video if you want to share it, and that's pretty much it. And please check out my Patreon page, link in the description below. If you want to download both of those cards, they are currently live and ready to be downloaded on my Patreon page. If you want to download, and by signing up to download those cars or my other special cars like the V16 Queen, the Toyota A86, and my other crazy supercharged monster, all these cars are right now on my Patreon page, the link in the description below. And by signing up to download them, you'll be supporting this channel, and I will give you my biggest thank you, because I mean, supporting this channel will give me more motivation to do more challenges, and it will give me extremely hard motivation to do more videos also, and I would really appreciate it. So thank you so much guys for watching, and I will see you very soon with more videos. And get creative and tell me what you think about this challenge in the comment section below. And if you have any question, you can also ask me on Discord, because you need to submit your .car file on Discord. You will find the Discord link in the description below, also next to my Instagram, Snapchat, and so on. If you want to chat with me, if you want to, you know, chat with me, send me a picture or something of your car, and so on. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon, my friends, and goodbye, my fellow automation engineers.